Wednesday, the 22nd of September. Hello, everyone. It's great to be with you once again. Well, there's a very famous saying, or proverb, or quote, whatever you want to call it. The best laid plans of mice and men. That's when you've got all your plans laid out and they don't quite go to schedule or the way you hoped they would. So, what happened? Well, first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to a week past Sunday. It would have been Isabel that you heard speak on our videos and on the telephone. Midweek, a huge thank you to Marion. And then, of course, last Sunday, it was Susan. So thank you, ladies, for taking on board our midweek and our Sunday services for online, but also to Isabel and Susan for taking the service in church on Sunday, the 2 Sundays that I was on holiday. Hence why the best laid plans of mice and men. So on the Saturday of my first weekend on holiday, because it was a 10-day event, I went on holiday, went down to Glasgow, and of course, just outside Glasgow, and we had a wonderful time at my grandson's 3rd birthday party. We went down a bit earlier and we did lots of different things, saw some people out for lunch, a very nice lunch. All went well, and then we had a nice time with Finlay and the family at his 3rd birthday party. And we then came home. And then that night, well, that was me. I was pretty much floored. Not COVID. I didn't think it was COVID, but, I did all my lateral flow tests, but you can still hear it in my voice just now. It's a little bit husky here. And of course, my plans were, doing the drain, whatever, up the spout, whatever the phrase is, because really I haven't been terribly well all week. And I'd already decided I wasn't taking the week's holiday, but I didn't want to stop Isabel doing her service a week past Sunday and Susan this Sunday. So I had a couple of funerals came in that I didn't have to do, but I wanted to do. So I had a couple of funerals come in, and then a few funerals for this week, so they had to meet people and then of course write the funerals up. That was only some of the things that made my whole week go to, just went out the window. But, however, the good aspect of that is that although I'm going to take another week off, but I'll go from Monday to Friday. I've got that still to come because I didn't use my Monday to Friday. I worked it. So, my best laid plans of mice and men. And then, of course, that was the sort of the downside to it. But again, there's a good side to the best laid plans, isn't there, of mice and men? Because this last weekend, I was at a wedding. Wonderful wedding. And if you see my flowers beside me, thank you to the new Dr. and Mrs. Doak for giving me these beautiful flowers as we left at the reception on Saturday evening. Absolutely beautiful. And what happened there was that my daughter drove us through to Edinburgh for the wedding on the Saturday, and we'd arranged that she would then pick us back up on the Sunday. I was just to phone her about an hour from her house to the reception, to the hotel, and to pick us up. Well, did we not discover that, of course, our friends were there, but they had brought their car through. So they said, "Oh, you're not getting Joanne to come away back with you. We will take you back with us." I thought, absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, we arrived. We had to go to the hotel with our luggage first on the Saturday. So then what happened? Well, of course, our friends who we arranged to meet there, they had organised a taxi to take them to the church. Oh, they said, "Come away with us." So it was absolutely brilliant. So all my plans that I'd made were up the spout, but in a good way, because we got to spend time with them. And of course, we were in the taxi going with them. I didn't have to worry about ordering one or finding one. And then, of course, they brought us home on the Sunday. But so the best laid plans of mice and men. And of course, that goes for church life as well, because we can plan lots of things in the church. And it doesn't take much to upset the apple cart. It happens in all of our lives in various ways and at various times. But in church life, just the other day there, I sent an email. And unfortunately, sometimes the way emails are written by the person writing them, they're not quite received or read the way that they were written. Because emails are not good at putting tones in either. So I sent an email and, well, it didn't come across the way I wanted it to when the person read it. So that plan went up the spout as well, and has caused a bit of confusion and even more work for me. So it just shows you the best laid plans of mice and men. So just all I want to say to you in our reflection today is that sometimes plans go exactly as you want them, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes it can be problematic when that happens, but sometimes these plans happen and don't happen, and it works out wonderfully well. It just depends what it is. So don't always worry if plans don't go to the way you want them, because there's maybe a reason why that's happened, and that reason could have a more beneficial outcome for you. Also, I would say that in a life of faith, people often think that because you're a Christian, you have a life of faith, that your life should be easier. And I don't know why that they've ever thought that, because I think living a life of faith and living as a Christian, then life does become much harder, because you're holding yourself up to a higher standard and people expect more of you. But every one of us have faults, and sometimes these get in the way and sometimes they don't. Sometimes plans get in the way and sometimes they don't. So, the best laid plans of mice and men, it doesn't matter which way they go, because most plans never work out exactly as you planned. But I hope anything that you have planned is going to work out in a positive way for you. God bless everyone.